Hello and welcome back to another video. In this episode we're diving with the young up-and-comer Trey. Conditions today are looking absolutely fantastic. Water glassy flat. Visibility looks great for a change. We're going to be walking out to the point over this way, jumping in the water and getting amongst it. I'm extremely excited. Conditions are looking spectacular, honestly. Go G, go. Get those elbows down.
Oh, it's my hair.
Alright guys, bit of a walk down to the dive site, but it's a spectacular view. Really excited for today. Gonna get onto the fish, get onto the viz, and have a good time. Meanest conditions. Alright guys, made it to the spot. Things are looking fantastic. Visibility looks perfect. Top water conditions look perfect. Trey's excited. So we're gonna get in there and go diving. There's a fish here you can shoot.
Taking out new or inexperienced divers is a great way to share your love of the oceans. Me and the brother Trey go way back. He'd been diving a couple times, but this is his first time spearfishing, so I was pretty keen to get him onto a fish.
Pass me the gun, G.
My first fish is something I will remember forever. One of the most common problems in diving are mask problems. Fogging, flooding, poor fitting mask.
Probably all you, because I can't see shit.
This leather jacket was fortunate to survive and evade a terrible surface shot. When you're taking somebody out, you should be directly supervising them at pretty much all times.
How's your weight? Do you feel like you're sinking a bit? So try put like a little bit of water in your mask. So if you lift the top, you can put a bit of water in it, swish it around and clear it out.
Knowledge is power. If you know the correct technique, you can address the problem.
Just whatever you do, don't shoot me, eh? You good?
Yeah, I feel like I'm sinking a little bit.
Yeah, we'll take some weight out for you. Do you want to dive down today? We could even take the belt off.
I don't know about that.
Keep the mask on. So take the belt off and try taking some weight out. Or you probably don't need to take it off because there's pockets on it.
By now, we can be reasonably sure that the bro is not going to drown, so we can turn our attention back to the leather jackets. It's time to go and try find that one that I missed earlier. Going down through the reef, getting down to the bottom where I can really hunt fish effectively, as opposed to taking those terrible shots from the top. Leather jackets are a species of triggerfish, the only one abundantly found in our coastal waters. You will find leather jackets on reefs, but seldom on inshore waters, estuaries and wharves. While relatively small, they are extremely tasty. Leather jackets have few natural predators. Thick outer skin and a sharp dorsal spine is enough to deter most. The best way that I have found to have these fish is smoke. When you smoke them, the skin holds in all the moisture and you get that smoky flavour without it drying out. Leather jackets are very common and seem to have taken the place of a lot of other fish that are more targeted. These fish seem to be at almost plague proportions in a lot of places. Hunting these fish is pretty straightforward. Get down to the bottom and 9 times out of 10 the leather jackets will come to you. They are a lot less flighty than some other species, for example the snapper. This dive is a textbook snapper snoop. Swimming along the coast, we made it to the point where the current was hitting. Everything felt right. I descended down silently, peeked over the ledge, and to my delight there was a snapper parked up. Hunting snapper is very hit or miss. You can sometimes spend hours peeking over ledges and finding absolutely nothing. However, moments like this make it all worth it.
Yeah! Woo!
One time I was handling a snapper, trying to cut its throat to bleed it. I thought it was dead. Putting my hand in its mouth, it bit down on it. Thus, I always double check from now on, not to make the same mistake again. Cutting the throat of a fish may appear brutal, however it is no senseless act of violence. It ensures top eating quality by removing blood from the meat. It is respectful and honourable to the fish.
Fuck yeah.
Well, solid ads.
A shot. There's like 3 of them sitting there. I can see this one is the biggest one I can see. Thinking, fuck, there might be a bigger one, but I'll just take him. Yeah, shot, bro.
As spearfishermen, we work hard for our fish. We don't want them to get taken away by sharks or anything else. Using a float boat is great for this purpose. Keeps them out of the water, stops the bites. The New Zealand rock lobster is iconic and tasty. During certain times of the year in the shallows, you can find their shedded shells. Once a crayfish shell has hardened, it is fixed in place. For the crayfish to grow larger, it must be discarded and a new one grown. These vacant exoskeletons make great decorations for your home. I already have a few too many artifacts from the sea, so decide to throw this at the bro tray. Unless there's terrible surf preventing you, you should try and organise your float line as you're getting out of the water. You'll thank yourself later. There's been plenty of times where I've been too lazy to do it, and I've always regretted it. My go-to method of float line retrieval is doing a figure of 8 around my forearm. It may not be the prettiest or most effective, but I find it to be pretty quick and handy for me. It is hard to understate the value of a float boat. Today alone, it has served many functions. From acting as a buoy to holding fish, holding water, holding extra weight. If you don't have a float boat, seriously consider getting one. They're not cheap, but they're worth every penny. They do of course have limitations, and there are considerations that you need to make. See my last video for a personal experience I had where a float boat got me in a bit of trouble. Still yet to make it into the certified 20-pounder club, but I was pretty happy with the snapper, a good eating size.
Yo. Yeah, pretty stoked, eh? Yeah, drink up some water in the float boat so we got less to carry.
Yeah, true.
When shore diving, try and keep your guns and fish off the sand. Using your fins is a great way to do this. This episode's sustainability message is catch fish for yourself and the people you love to reduce dependence on commercial fishing.
Yeah, I'll get you standing in front with the spear guns. Alright guys, we just made it back to the car after our dive. We had a great time out there. As you can see, conditions are still great. We did alright today. It was still pretty hard on the fish front. We managed to come away with a good eating size snapper as well as a little leather jacket for size comparison. What do you reckon, Trey? Pretty good out there?
Bro. Solid as day, bro.
Yeah, pretty much covers it off. Thank you very much for watching. See you in the next one.